Hello everyone, it's Renee. I hope you're all having a very blessed day and welcome back to my channel, Lovely Lavender Wishes. So today we're going to be in Proverbs. I had this sticker set. Let me see. I think I got it from the dollar store. Yeah, it's Crafter's Square. So I got this from the Dollar Tree or dollar store that I have here in Houston. They have, every once in a while I'll get in there. I try to stay out of there because they do have so many things and you figure, oh, $1, I can pick up things. And then I end up spending $20, $30 on a whole bunch of crafts that I do not need. So I'm trying to use what I have. So I went through my stickers and I had these cute little owls. I love this whole sticker set. Usually what I love to do on these is just literally peel off the whole thing and just use the whole sticker set. But this one is a little different. If you notice, I was trying to figure this out. It's got pieces. So when you peel off, see like the sticker parts, like certain parts of it come out and then the rest is all background. So we are going to kind of fiddle with this and use this sticker sheet in a different kind of way, not just these stickers. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm trying to go through some of my stuff, y'all. I need to use my stuff. Way more. I mean, I have more stuff that I could possibly use, I know, in a lifetime. But today, since they're owls, I love the whole idea of wisdom. And we were doing this study of Colossians in one of my Facebook groups. I'm a little behind. I think they're past Colossians now, but I'm still in Colossians. So they were doing a whole study on wisdom and being wise and living wisely in this world. And Proverbs 16, there's actually a few verses in here about being wise. The one I'm focusing on really is Proverbs 16, verse 16. It says, "Get wisdom, how much better it is than gold, and get understanding. It is preferable to silver." But if you look, let's see, at 14, "A king's fury is a messenger of death, but a wise person appeases it." Now, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, what does that have to do with me these days? We don't live with kings or what have you. But if you just think about this, a king's fury, so anybody's anger is a messenger of death. When people get angry, they say things that they don't mean or that they shouldn't say, or they do things that they shouldn't do. But a wise person appeases it. So being wise means you will diffuse anger. It means you will diffuse the situation. It means instead of feeding that anger, you'll diffuse it or you'll appease it. So that's kind of how I take that. And then it says, "Get wisdom." Again, this is the main verse that I'm focusing on. So actually, I'm going to take my pen. I am going to just kind of block this off. This is probably the black pen. Yep, this is the black pen that doesn't work. I should probably throw this pen out, y'all. And yet I keep sticking it, putting it away. So I am just going to block this one off because this is my main verse right here, 16. But then verse 18 talks about pride. Pride comes before destruction and an arrogant spirit before a fall. That's another one that many people, you know, are familiar with. But again, to me, being wise means you're not prideful. Being wise means you can be humble, or you can let other people go, like, be ahead of you, or what. A lot of people try to one up themselves of each other. Does that make sense, y'all? People are trying to like make themselves known or seen, and that to me is kind of comes with the pride. Like people, prideful people like to come forward. They like to be in the spotlight. Versus to me, being wise is knowing when to be quiet, knowing when not to be arrogant or prideful, knowing when to hold back. So that's kind of how I'm taking that. Let's see. It also talks about the heart of a wise person here in verse 23. The heart of a wise person instructs his mouth. It adds a learning to his speech. So again, being wise means we watch our speech. We diffuse situations. We know when to be quiet, you know, when not to try to one up other people. There are a few other ones. I think I'm talking to y'all and I'm like trying to read at the same time. But they're talking about a wise heart. Insight here, again, to me means kind of what wisdom is, a fountain of life for its possessor. But the discipline of fools is folly. So again, insight, wisdom, the heart of a wise person instructs his mouth. there's a way that seems right to a person, but its end is the way to death. Sometimes we think we're wise in our own sights, but if we have true wisdom comes from the Lord. So it's just, there's a lot, I think, just in this section of Proverbs about wisdom. So that's where I'm basing my page on, and these owls, because you know, owls have that whole thing of being wise, even though I don't know where that came from. I really don't. But you know, I bet if I did a little bit of research and kind of looked up owls and how they got to be known as like the wise creature, maybe because of their big old eyes and their silence, or I don't know. Who knows? But maybe some of you all know. So if you know, put it down below in the comments. I haven't looked it up. Yeah, I just kind of thought about that right now. Like, how did owls get that label of being wise? And I'm just guessing it's because they have the big eyes and they stay up at night and they're, I don't know. Who knows? I bet it's some wives' tale from way back when. Who knows? But I have some water here. I got my little watercolors. And so, okay, so y'all, I told you I'm going to be using this sticker. Normally, I would just use the whole thing. I'm not going to use the background here. But if you look, the background's got this really cool texture type thing. You can use acrylic paints, watercolors, distress things, whatever you'd like, but it's got like these white, you know, splatters or like areas, these darker areas. So I'm going to kind of imitate that on the page, but I'm going to put it on my own, and I'm not going to use the background of the sticker. So I'm just going to use some watercolor. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using this light blue right here, and I'm going to lay just like a wash down on this page. And I'm already making a mess with the water. And I'm actually gonna leave, this is an old crappy brush, y'all. I just grabbed like the first big bristle brush I saw. I'm gonna leave this part white, the middle part with the verses, and I'm just gonna put this wash down. We're just gonna fiddle and fool and play. You know, again, it's all about playing. I did gesso my page, and as you can see, probably some areas got the gesso, some areas didn't. I tend to do that a lot. I just take a paper towel and just smear the gesso on as fast as possible. Look, I'm getting blue on every color in here. I just gesso the page as quick as possible and just kind of slap it down on there. That's how I tend to do all my artwork, y'all. I'm not very meticulous about it. I like to just have fun with it, and I am getting it all under here. We don't want it on the other side, y'all. I'm going to dab that up because I don't want it there. Okay, now I want a little bit of darker areas, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more. And the stickers are gonna go on top of this. So right now I'm just really kind of just getting a background wash on this page. This is a great quick way to get color on your page. You can use gelatos, paint, crayons, inks, whatever you have. It really doesn't matter. It just depends on the look you want, and every medium is going to give you like a little different type of a look. Okay, so let's dry that at least a little bit. And I've said this before, but I love the little puddles I get with watercolor. It gives you some darker areas, some lighter areas. I like that. So I tend to leave that. Some people don't like that, so they'll dab it up. That's totally fine. If you don't want that, dab it up. But I actually like it. Unfortunately, I think most of this will be covered up with stickers anyway, so you probably won't see much of it, but... Now, if you wanted the same look, but you have distress inks, just go in with your distress inks with like a brush it on, and then you can always go in with like a spray bottle of water and spray, and you'll get that watercolor look with distress inks as well. You've all seen me do that before with distress inks. Put the color on, spray it with water, you'll get those like water droplets and stuff, and you can get some puddling and things like that as well with that. So if you don't want to use watercolor but you have distress inks, do that instead. Take some crayons, color. I love that. I love it. A couple puddles here that I'm trying to, and I like that look, so I'm gonna leave that. I actually might want to add more of that. Let's see. Okay, I gotta get this pretty dry before I can do the next step. So, trying to get these last ones dry. So I was kind of goofing around with this off camera, just to kind of, I don't know, fool around and play with it a little bit. So this, I did want to show y'all, because I was trying to get this kind of, like, see these dark lines, these dark little lines here. So I was kind of fooling around with a toothpick. So I took some acrylic paints and just put it on the edge of a toothpick and then just kind of dragged my toothpick along and like scraped it like this. And I got this kind of look, which I thought was really cool. And I was thinking of doing that on here. I might do that, but then I was playing around with this stamp as well. So this is a kind of like tree bark stamp, I guess. I mean, but I used watercolor on it and then stamped it. And I really like this kind of look as well. So I think I'm gonna do this one. But I was just kind of fooling around. But use tools that you have around the house. Like you could use a Q-tip, you could use toothpicks. If you want like just like really, like you can take, let me see here. Let me put some water in like a dark blue here. So I have water on this dark blue right here and I'm dipping my, see, and you can just kind of drag, or you can like smear it like that if you want. Look at that. Ooh. There's a lot of things you can do with, like, if you don't have brushes, you can use your finger, you can use anything. But like I was really liking those like really thin lines that were on there. So I was just kind of goofing around with this. But yeah, goof around, play. This whole thing, I think, is kind of discovering things and playing with things and enjoying your time in the art. You know, you might try something and it turns out way better than you thought it would. You know, don't be shy. Okay, so let me think. I'm going to do some water and I'm gonna just smear some dark and some light on this stamp. Now, as you can see, it's pulling up into like little puddles, which is fine. I'm just rubbing it across the top here. It's complete, and I'm putting some darker areas, some lighter areas with the two different colors here. And you don't have to worry about that. When you press down, it'll kind of spread out. I mean, we'll see. Well, let's see how it turns out. So I'm going to turn it this way. So if you've never, oh, cool, look at that. I love that. Okay, and I'm gonna do it again. And then I'm gonna go in and just dab up the really dark areas because I don't want them that dark. But now, again, you're not gonna get a perfect impression of the stamp unless you do a little bit drier, not as wet with watercolor. You can stamp with watercolors for sure. I just like this kind of look that I'm kind of fooling around with here. So now, so I just kind of rub it on there like so. And it's gonna give me kind of this impression. Okay, let's move this. Ooh, look at that, I love it. And I'm gonna just do that again up there. And I'm gonna go in and just dab up some of that. So see, it's just giving me these really cool little like puddly spots. Let's do some down here. It needs a little bit more. So use your stamp sets in different ways as well. You never know how things are going to turn out unless you experiment and try. Okay, and then I do need some out here. There we go. Let's just do a little bit there. Okay. I'm gonna dab up some of that. Okay. So I'm kind of getting this. If you want to go in with brushes, this is more brushed, but I'm going to do some white as well. So let me move this. Let's dry this. That's another way to get like a different type of background. I love that. Love those little lines. I'll bring that up close so you can see. I don't know if y'all can see it yet. Let me see. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So let me bring this up a little bit closer to the camera so y'all can see the detail of that. Do you see those little like petals, some dark areas, some lighter areas? I mean, it didn't do the stamp perfectly, which is fine. Oops, I got water all over here. Let me wipe that up, make sure I don't get that on my book. Okay, so that's fine. It's just, it was giving me just kind of these little impressions that I liked. Ooh, I love that. Love how that turned out. Way better than I thought it would. Okay, so I have my white gesso and I am going to, if I can open it. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm getting weak in my old age. Okay, no, I am not going to claim that. I'm not going to claim that. I am going to put a little bit of this white gesso, just a little bit. See, just a teeny tiny bit. Because if I put a lot, I'll smear it all over on my palette knife. And I'm going to kind of go in. Oopsie, exactly what I did not want to do. I'm just going to go in, but I'm going to scrape that. That's the beauty of it. You can just kind of scrape it up. And I'm going to go in and put in some white spots. And I'm going to even carry some over like that. Kind of like what's in the back. And then if you don't like it, you can even wipe it up. Get a little bit more. And if you don't like it at all, just completely wipe it off your page with a paper towel. No worries. Everything's always fixable. Everyone, I think, sometimes gets, or a lot of people get nervous about painting in their Bible or doing whatever, but everything's fixable. Believe me, y'all, I made so many messes and mistakes and what have you, but many times I've had to go in and kind of, you know, fix things a little bit. And there was once in my very first Bible, I had a whole bunch of ink. I dropped or splattered ink everywhere on the page, and I was like, I thought I for sure ruined my Bible. And I just went in and glued pictures over it, and you know, you can always fix things. Nothing is ever completely non-fixable or you know. If you don't like your page, just go over it with white and start all over again, y'all. But I kind of like, even if it's not turning out exactly like I wanted it to or pictured it, I guess, I really like watching my process and then seeing what I end up coming up with in the end. Because a lot of times it turns out completely different of what I kind of had pictured at the beginning, but in a good way. So, you know, you never know. Okay, so let's try that real quick. So I just have some little white spots. Just kind of like I'm imitating this, again, the background of this a little bit. Getting the white and blue on there. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm gonna let that just dry on its own for now. Let me move this over. Scoop. Grab some scrap paper. Okay, so I had this napkin with these owls, cute, and they kind of matched the, I don't know, the whimsical feel of these stickers, this napkin, and I don't even think I'm going to use these owls, but I may cut some of these out and decoupage them on the page. We'll have to see once we get the stickers on. But I do like the colors here, and I wanted to do a tab for the top, and I didn't have one. So I just have a piece of scrap paper here. And one of the tricks that I do is I grab a piece of scrap paper, like a rectangle, and this was just a rectangle, and then I just drew kind of, so I folded the piece of paper in half. See, you can see, folded it in half. So like, let's say this was the paper, right? Folded it in half, and then I drew my little half, where's my pencil? So I just went like this. Okay, well, this should be folded evenly there. Just kind of drew something like that and then cut it out. And so when you open it, it's your trick of having, perfect size, same sides, right? So that's what I did there. And so now I'm going to use this as a template to cut out a full tab, because if I use this one, it's got this weak part in the middle. Now this is just my template. And so now I can draw my perfect tab, and it's even on both sides. See, look at that. And then I'll cut it out. So this is how I make my own little bigger tabs. I have a tab punch or a tab cutter, but it doesn't do ones this size. And so I wanted to kind of make my own. I wanted a big one because I want to decoupage this napkin on both sides of this big tab. So, and then I'll put these in like a little baggie or something. So whenever I need another big tab, I already have my template made. So let me put that to the side. Okay, so with this, I'm going to figure out, I really like these flowers up here. So let me cut my scissors. Actually, let me see. I might just use that. Okay. So I'm just going to trace this on here. And cut this one out as best I can. I'm actually probably going to just kind of generally cut this out because I'm going to decoupage it over the top. I'm cutting it bigger than it is because I want to make sure that it fits over this. Okay, I love those flowers. So if you don't have scrap paper or a pretty, colored paper, you can make your own tab with decoupaged napkins. So just do that. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I forgot my brush. I'm going to grab my brush and some water. Dip it in, and I'm going to just put that on top. Put this on top of that. And there's one side. Boom, done. And now let's cut out the other side. Like, let's see what kind of flowers. Maybe like this big pink one would be cute on this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna just roughly outline that. We're gonna cut this out roughly. Okay, I'm gonna move this. We might use some of those. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So when, you know, it's in your Bible, you have both sides showing of your tab. You don't have to do both sides, but sometimes I like the decoration on both sides of my tab because it's going to be sticking up at the top of the Bible. Make sure you cover it. There you go. Put that in water. Close this up. Make sure that's all down. And actually what I'm probably going to do now, I'm going to go around this thing and kind of seal it. Make sure all the edges are down around this, both sides. I should put in gesso. Okay, just did it with water. Okay, now I'm gonna go and trim it. Just be careful because it's a little damp. You could let it dry and then trim it, but we're on camera, so I'm gonna try to get this done. Come on, we can do this. Okay. So there is the beginning of our tab for the top. It's a little damp, so let's dry that a little bit. I like these cool little whimsical flowers. Now you could use glue sticks and glue the napkin to it. I just figured I had this here already from when I was decoupaging my other napkins, so just do the same here. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. Put that to the side and bring this back over. This should be pretty dry now. See, you can multitask and do different things while one side's drying, do another thing. Okay, let me put this over here so I don't lose it. So look how cute that's gonna look up there. Let's see, we either want that side or that side. Maybe this one with all the little flowers. And then when the page is flipped over, y'all will see, this will show on the other side. So you have two sides. Okay. So now, let's see, what did I want to do? Okay, so I want to use these stickers, but I got to figure out how they have these. They have them so they come out in all these different ways. And the rest is background. So what I want to do, I want to cut this background. I want to use this sticker for the tree right here. So I'm going to put this under there, that under there. And I'm going to use this. So I want this. I'm going to cut out my own sticker here. Cutting out this tree. I love how they did these trees. It looks like it's like a newspaper print. I love it. And so I'm going to use it. I mean, why did they give you all this really cool stickers for you not to use it? I mean, come on. I mean, I get the background, but okay, so I'm gonna put this as the tree right here. I'm just gonna pull that little piece off. There we go. And then I'm gonna put these guys back where they were, kind of. Okay, then this guy attaches right here. cute. Ooh, come on. Look at him. He'll go right here. Then these guys with the little flowers, so cute. And they're like little poofy stickers. They're like 3D stickers. Cute. Love it. Okay. See, so the only thing I'm not using really is this background part. Okay, so this one, let's see, I gotta figure out. We're gonna put on this side. Okay, I don't know which way to go. Okay, y'all know me and stickers. What in the world? There we go. Why is it always so difficult? I don't know. I don't know, but I always have difficulty. Okay, that is so cute. He's like hanging. Oh, love it. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to cut this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this guy out. I don't know why they just didn't give you this whole thing as stickers. But whatever. Whatever. They want to make it difficult for me, that's okay. I'm probably the only one who would use all this. But I think it's so cool. I love this tree, these little tree trunks, so I want to use it. Normally I would just use this whole thing. If this was like a page, I would just stick that whole, I would just glue that whole thing down because it's so cute. But I guess this gets me to be a little bit more creative. You don't always have to use stickers the way they're supposedly meant or intended to or whatever, I don't know. So we're gonna put this one down here. Try to go straight up. And then we got these guys. Well, we got this guy. Look at, he's so cute. Hanging upside down. Love him. He's a cutie. That would be something my son would do right there. Be like, behave. And he'd be like, okay. And then he'd go up. I'd be like, get in the tree and behave. And he'd go up and he'd hang upside down or something like that. He was always one to be, you know, hanging from something, climbing on something. And now he is he's almost like a professional rock climber. He's always rock climbing, which is hilarious. I'm like, I should have seen it from the very beginning, because every time I turn around, he'd be on top of the refrigerator or the tree or the roof or whatever of the house. Oh, okay. So this guy, where did he come out of? He came out of, I'm gonna cut this little piece off too and use that. He came out of here, didn't he? Like this little branch. So we're gonna just stick that there. Not exactly on the branch, but just like in between, like right here. There we go. And then this guy's gonna come right about there. And then these little cuties. Oh my goodness. I had no idea this is how they put these together. So this one's gonna go like this. I'm gonna cut this little branch off too. Stick that down here. And then this guy. Actually, I want him over on this other side. Sorry, y'all. We are going to shift him over here. Actually, I'm going to shift this whole piece over here. Put that one here. Kind of like the branch keeps going out. This guy comes here. I'm gonna put him over there. Ah, so cute. And some of this white is not dry yet, but that's okay. See, so this is the only thing we didn't use on this. And now I'm looking at this piece. I think this is cute. I'm wondering if I want to add this kind of like as washi tape even. I'm just going to tear this. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to tear this top part. I don't like that brown strip right there. Oops. Okay, I'm making a mess here. Let's get rid of all these little pieces. Throw that away. Okay. I'm going to tear... I'm just making my own little washi tape here with the stickers. I'm going to tear that down. Have this right here. Ooh, like that. Let's use some more of this. Okay. I like this color up here. Again, if you don't have to always use things the way they're kind of meant to. I'm sure they did not mean for me to be using this sticker paper like this, but I think it's cool. I'm making my own little decorative things with this. Okay. Getting rid of. We're gonna put that up here. Let's see. Here's a big chunk. We can maybe make something with this. You know, I paid for these stickers. I am gonna use every last bit of it, y'all. I just like decorating my page up. Let's do it. Okay, so actually this is gonna go up here. So I'm thinking we can kind of tape that down a little with that. And got a big chunk here. Let's kind of do another piece. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. Something like that. Like your own little washi tape. Okay, let me just toss this now. I think I've used that pretty well. Okay, I'm going to grab my glue stick. And we're gonna glue this down. Oop. I'm actually gonna put some glue on this sticker part too. Okay. Cute. Okay. So I do have these other little stickers, these little owls, and I was thinking of putting one up here on the, move this down just a tad. On the tab up here. Let me see what that looks like. Okay. Let's see, which owl? Maybe this pink one. They all have their eyes wide open, so let's use one with this pink one. Is kind of like the same type of colors. Maybe put him just like right here. Maybe we have to put a little baby one, or maybe some flowers, because there's some flowers here too. He's got to have some flowers to accompany him. They have these big flowers. Maybe we should put one on the top of the trees or just leave it. Maybe I'll leave it for now. I had this napkin too that I was thinking I could decoupage a couple of these. But I'm thinking, I don't know. Let's see. You know, you could be sitting here just like, woohoo, or sitting at the top of the tree. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it with the stickers. Okay, so the other thing I had, I have all these little alphabet stickers, and this one has, I don't know, I guess it's like, it says celebrate on these, it says greetings. So it's kind of like newspaper clippings, and I kind of like that because it went with like the trees that had like the newspaper clippings on it or the writing on it. So, and the whole thing is about wisdom. So I'm thinking, why don't we just use these smaller stickers on this side? And I'm just gonna write wisdom because I'm looking for wisdom, and we get our wisdom from the Lord. Okay, so it comes in sheets like this. Oh, it came in 2 sheets. I got 2 of them. That's pretty cool. And these were, what are these? Recollections, alphabet stickers. That's all it really says. So there you go, y'all. So here's the W. Is that a W? Yes. Ooh. Let's not tear them. So I'm thinking writing maybe wisdom right along here. W. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Where's the I? Here's an I. Oh, these stickers aren't sticking too well. I might have to glue them down. Yep, it looks like I might have to put some glue on these. No biggie. I've had some of my stickers for ages, y'all, and the longer they sit in my drawers, the less sticky they get. But you can still just glue them down. Okay, where's the S? Oh, R, here. Yeah, they're sticking to the sheet fine, and as soon as I take them off, they're like, nope, I don't want to stick anymore. Okay. D-O. And now I'm thinking I want to move it down. So I'm going to put the O there. Okay, let's try this again. I just want to shift it up a little bit. After all that. And now I can't get it off. There we go. It's the beauty of using a glue stick. You can remove it pretty, I mean, you don't have, it won't like automatically glue right away. Oh, I tore this W, but we'll fix it. Oh, that's cool. It starts right there by the verse. That was a happy accident. So if anything, get wisdom, and wisdom comes from the Lord. Anytime that we feel like we lack in wisdom, y'all, it says, ask the Lord and he will give it to you. When you're asking for the right things, he will gladly help us with that. So if we're asking him for wisdom, of course he's going to be like, of course, my daughter, of course, my son, I will give you wisdom. Glue this piece down a little bit more. Glue this piece down a little bit more. And there we go, y'all. Our fun little happy page with our happy little owls. Okay, so let me move all this. So we did a little bit of fun background. I love that. Love the background. It actually looks almost like the background on the sticker. Almost, you know. I kind of imitated it a little, and then I used the stickers in spots. I love that. So there we go. And then I actually might, I have some little black stickers that say wisdom. I might write wisdom up here as well, but I'll do that off camera, or I'll put the date up there maybe. Okay, so here's our page close up. Whoops, sorry, let me try to get, so there's the background, our stickers, and wisdom, get wisdom. We are in Proverbs 16, verse 16 is our main one, but a lot of these verses do have to do with wisdom. There's our tag at the top that we decoupaged with some napkins and just put some stickers on. Little whimsical page with our owls. So yeah, use what you have around at home. If you don't have owl stickers, you can probably download some free images off Google. You might have some napkins like I did. You can just napkin decoupage. You could draw your own, or you don't even have to use owls. If you have something else that you want to use that. But there we go. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you have a very blessed day. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.